Every day, I drive by these traffic lights, or robots as we call them here, and I can't help but appreciate how much order they bring into our lives. From telling us to go when it's safe to go, or stop when it's not safe to do so, or slow down because they're about to change again. And this reminded me of how we live our lives daily. There are natural things around us that dictate whether to go or not go, or to slow down. And these things are shaped as we grow up. Over time, there are certain rules that we form and begin to trust. The things that have been set by those who went before us, and the things that through life experience we've developed as a model of living. From simple things like boys don't cry, to the deeper things like how some people will say, in my family, marriages don't work out. In my family, divorce is just a thing. And these are the reds, greens, and ambers that confront us in our everyday life. For daily walks, for our daily way of living, these are sufficient. They seem to serve us well. Or do they? The other day, I was driving past an intersection, and I saw that everything seemed to be in order. It was fully functional. The lights were on, and it was moving in the normal red, green, and amber sequence. But there was this traffic officer right in the middle of the intersection, and he seemed to be disrupting everything. He was redirecting the traffic in a sequence that is completely different to the red, green, and amber that was originally designed to follow. So at first I thought it was silly, because there's this man disrupting everything in an intersection that was flowing smoothly. But then I realized that although the red, green, and amber of this intersection is great on its own, it might not be in sync with the red, green, and amber of the very next intersection. And although it doesn't cause chaos in the moment, and it's not creating a mess right now, over time it will begin to create chaos. It will begin to cause a traffic buildup, and it will begin to cause unnecessary delays. So then I thought, that is just like what God does for us. Just like that traffic officer, God swoops into our lives when it matters the most, and He redirects the traffic against those natural rules, those natural laws that we are so used to. And He moves us in the direction that will give us the best overall outcome. Because after all, like that traffic officer, God knows the full picture. God knows what will work best when this intersection is combined with that intersection. And yet we become overwhelmed with the intersection that is right in front of us. We focus only on that. So it will seem like there's chaos and there's disruption, and we want to lean back into the natural, into the normal red, green, and amber that we've always been accustomed to. The red, green, and amber that our parents have taught us, that our past experiences have shaped in us, that social media is throwing at us, and that the world is naturally just compelling us to go towards. And there's this God in the middle of that intersection, redirecting you in a completely different sequence, because He, overall, is all-knowing, and He's sovereign, and He has, after all, the righteous right hand. So this reminded me of circumstances when God has done that before. God will step in and say, I know it says red, and I know it says don't go, because the world, in your worldly knowledge, knows that if you don't have the qualification, you don't apply for the job. But God says, I know you are feeling red, I know you are seeing red, but I'm saying go, because He's sovereign and He can change the outcome. Or in a different situation, God could say, I know you're seeing green because the world has taught you this. You've given everything, you've given this marriage your all, but you receive nothing in return. So leave, go, leave him, walk away from your marriage. But God says, no, I'm saying stay. This can still be restored. And that's the God that we serve. It's not just in those situations of the reds and the greens. Sometimes God steps in even when the intersection is completely dead, when there's a power cut and the lights are off and your life is filled with darkness. God comes in and He illuminates, not just to show you the way that you should go, but to give you a direction that will lead you to your best possible outcome. So be encouraged today. I'm saying that the God that I know, the mighty, all-powerful, sovereign God that I know, will lead you not just in the way that you should go, but in the way that will give you the best outcome for you. Your life doesn't have to follow the natural worldly patterns. Be blessed.